So, you want to kill the Whisperer. I'm going to show you how to easily and consistently get your kills, whether it's for the quest or to help you get some more KC. I've got you covered. You're going to want to come here in your best magic gear with some brews, restores, combo food, runes for ice spells, and a one-click telly to get away, so you don't have to pay to get your gear back if you die. And you're gonna also want a imbued heart, and you need the blackstone in your inventory to be able to do this fight. So the Whisperer does have a lot of unique mechanics, so we'll go over those first. First off, with the blackstone, you're going to need it for a lot of her special attacks. It'll start glowing in your inventory when you need to use it. You also have a sanity bar up here at the top. If you take any damage from the Whisperer or from the tentacles, you are going to be draining your bar. If it gets down to 0, you are going to need to teleport immediately, because you will die. Her basic attacks are going to start off as 3 burst attacks. All 3 will be the same as the first attack in the first phase, so if she attacks with magic first, it'll be 3 magic attacks, and then 3 ranged attacks. After every third attack, you will need to move 1 tile away from your current tile, either vertically or horizontally, but not diagonally in this phase. 4 tentacles will pop up and attack in an X pattern after the third attack goes off. After the first special attack, she will attack with the same 3 bursts, but it will either be 2 magic and then 1 ranged, or 2 ranged and then 1 magic. And for flicking these, you need to remember her damage is calculated similar to Leviathan's, where the damage isn't calculated until it actually hits you. During this phase, the tentacles can now spawn in the normal X pattern, or as a plus pattern. For the plus, you want to move 1 tile diagonally this time to avoid the damage. In the next phase, the Whisperer's attack changes again, alternating either mage, ranged, mage, or ranged, mage, ranged. After defeating this phase, you are pushed into the Shadow Realm, and the Whisperer is healed for 140 HP, and the Enrage phase begins. Her basic attacks will now be 2 and 2, so if she starts with magic, you'll get 2 magic and then 2 ranged. And for each one of those attacks going off, a tentacle is going to attack you, but it'll just be 1 tentacle this time. So you're going to want to move, attack, and just pay attention to flicking during the middle of that. She can also attack you with melee if you get too close, so try to avoid that because it will hurt. She has a few special attacks, so we'll go over those next. One of these attacks are going to be dropping a bunch of bloblets on the ground. Some of them are going to be lit up, and they're usually set up in a way where you can path pretty easily across all of them. If you're able to step on all of the lit up blobs within the time limit without stepping on any of the dim ones, you will regain 15 sanity. If you do not get all of them in the time limit, you will actually be damaged and lose some sanity. Another special attack she has, she will teleport away and a bunch of pillars will spawn. You need to use the blackstone so you can see their health bars and pick the one that has the least amount of health to stand behind. When she finishes charging, she's going to release 3 wave attacks within short succession of each other, and every time one of those goes off, she destroys the pillar you're currently behind regardless of how much health it has. So if you go to the highest pillar first, you are probably going to be taking a lot of damage because that will immediately take out one that will last through all 3 of the wave attacks. So start off going to the pillar with the least amount of health, and then after that first wave goes out and you didn't take any damage, move to the next pillar that is the second to most health left, and then after that move to the final pillar, which will be the one that had the most health in the beginning. Another special attack of hers, she will charge an attack in the middle of the room. Use the blackstone to see the ghosts that are going to be surrounding her throughout the room in the Shadow Realm. You're going to want to kill the 2 ghosts that are saying Vita. You will take no damage. After every special attack, she will try to freeze you. When that lands, you want to use your ice spell to freeze her in place. That way you do not take any melee damage and you're able to run away once your freeze wears off of you. Now that is about everything for the boss as far as mechanics go, and then she will actually just stay in the water there until you go and disturb her. Alright, so let's get started. So, in the first phase of the fight, you are going to be attacked by 3 of the same style attacks, so either magic or ranged, and then on the third attack, you're going to be attacked by 4 tentacles that'll spawn around you, and they're attacking an X formation. So to avoid that, you're going to want to move 1 tile north, south, east, or west of the tile you were on when the tentacles started attacking to avoid this. If you get too close to the Whisperer, you will take melee damage and she will hit you very quickly for 30s. And after every special attack, she will try to freeze you if you are within range. So have your ice spell ready as soon as you finish a special phase, that way you're able to catch a freeze on her. But you do need to wait for her to start moving, otherwise the freeze will not catch. Alright, so we're going to hit our imbued heart, and we are going to disturb the odd figure. We can throw on augury, attack, but you want to wait for the attack option to be there, so you don't run up and just get smacked out. And then just like that, you avoid those X patterns. The blue attacks are going to be magic, and the knives are ranged. Now, once you do have to start prayer flicking, you need to wait until the attack makes contact with you, since that's when damage is registered instead of on attack animation. Now for the special, we are going to use, we're going to get out of the way so we don't stand on one, use our Blackstone, and if you step on all of the lit orbs and none of the other orbs within the time limit, then you will be granted 15% of your sanity back. If you do not do that, you will take some damage. Now we're going to want to get away from the Whisperer, get our prayer back on, drink. Okay, so we were not within the range to get attacked by that, so that is good. So we're going to get magic, magic ranged, or ranged magic in this phase. And now the less sanity you have at the end of the fight, the shorter amount of time you're going to have to be able to deal with the bosses in rage phase and get your kill. So you want to make sure you are not taking a lot of damage, otherwise the very end of the fight will be very hard for you. If your sanity is depleted all the way, you will take damage rapidly and you should just telly. Especially if you see it ahead of time, like you know that you're at like 10% and the range is coming, just teleport. While you're in the Shadow Realm, she is going to drain your prayer, so just keep an eye on that. We're going to use the Blackstone and find the pillar with the highest health, and then find the 2 pillars around it that have the least health and second most health. When she attacks, she destroys the pillar you're behind, regardless of its HP, so you want to make sure you go from lowest health to highest health, since the second highest and highest are going to survive all of those attacks. Otherwise you'll be left with no cover. Now for the freeze, we are going to wait for her to move and freeze her. Now we can attack and drink up some restore. Now we have the same attack style from the Whisperer in this phase, but we can also get a plus pattern from the tentacles. To avoid the plus pattern, just move diagonally. We have another special coming. This one's going to be the ghosts. We'll use our Blackstone and kill the 2 yellow ghosts that say Vita, so we take no damage from this attack. You want to make sure you give yourself some space from the Whisperer before the special ends, that way you are able to get the freeze off and not get meleeed. Now we are going to get attacked alternating, so either magic, ranged, magic, or ranged, magic, ranged. And here it is important that you make sure that you wait for the attacks to actually hit you before you switch, so you do not take a bunch of damage right at the end of the fight. It is also a little bit easier to flick these if you are farther away, since you have more time for the projectile to travel to you to do damage. Now we are going to enter the enrage phase, and you are going to get attacked by 2 of the same kind of attacks every time she alternates, but you're also going to get attacked by tentacles on every single attack of hers as well. And that's it, that's the fight. The last phase can be a little bit hectic, but as long as you are trying to keep it down to 1 action in between changing your prayers, you should be pretty good to go. Alright, now if you found this helpful or learned something, feel free to leave a like or maybe something like a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.